everyone, I'm Jayla, your tour guide for this tour. I'll tell you about the things you will see. We are going to Region 13, Caraga Administrative Region, or simply known as Caraga Region. It is an administrative region in the Philippines occupying the northeastern section of the island of Mindanao. Our first stop is Surigao del Sur. Surigao del Sur is situated at the eastern coast of Mindanao and faces the Philippine Sea to the east. Its capital is Tandag City. Where does Surigao del Sur came from? Surigao del Sur was created as the 56th Philippine province on June 19, 1960 through Republic Act 2786 separated from its mother province, Surigao. On September 18, 1960, at the same of this inception, it was classified as fourth-class province with an annual income of over 300,000 pesos. And the languages spoken in the province of Surigao del Sur are Surigaonon, Cebuano, and Camayo. Now, we are going to the tourist spots in Surigao del Sur. The first tourist spot is Enchanted River. It is the most visited tourist spot in Surigao del Sur. It's considered to be the most mysterious river in the Philippines, where the locals believe that creatures like fairies, pixies, and mermaids dwell. And they also said that if someone swims in the river, as if they are floating in the sky for its very clear water. Our next stop is Tinoyan Falls. It is another breathtaking tourist destination in the province. It is being dubbed as the most beautiful multi-tier waterfall in the Philippines. The curtain-like cascading water is camera-worthy. It has 3 levels too. And the second level is the tallest and the widest and a favorite spot of most visitors. One can get closer to the cascading water through the bamboo raft. During 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., the area shows a rainbow. Next is Las Vitan Falls and Lagoon. It is probably the most fascinating falls and lagoon in the Philippines. It is also one of the extraordinary tourist spots in Surigao del Sur. It is splash of waves coming from the Pacific Ocean blocked by 20-foot block limestone barrier that creates a waterfall effect. Every splash is surely amazing. It would then flow and fill the main basin. Now, I will tell you about the festival celebrated in Surigao del Sur. First is Kaliguan Festival. It was celebrated on June 21 to 25. It was a yearly festival in honor of the patron saint, Saint John the Baptist. Kaliguan means to take a bath or to get wet. The highlight of the festival is the Perlas ng Kaliguan beauty pageant and bleach dancing instead of street dancing. This is celebrated in Cagwit, Surigao del Sur every June 21 to 25. The next festival is Pahinungod Festival. This is a yearly festivity in honor of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Pahinungod is a Bisaya or Cebuana term which means dedication. The highlight of the festival is the Mardi Gras along the streets of Carrascal, Surigao del Sur, and it was celebrated every 15th of July. There are also a lot of accommodations in Surigao del Sur. The first one is the 2-star hotel, Club Safari. It can be found in Purok 4C, Poblacion, Borobo, Surigao del Sur, Philippines. And the price is starting from 497.50 pesos per room per night. Next is the 3-star hotel, Avisha Suites. You can be found on España Street, corner Urdanita Street, Barangay Santo Niño, Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur, Philippines. The price starting from 1,411.20 pesos per room per night. Next destination is Surigao del Norte. This province comprises of 2 major islands, which is the famous Siargao and Bukas Grande in the Philippine Sea, plus a small area at the northeastern tip of Mindanao. Its capital is Surigao City. Where does Surigao del Norte came from? The numerous ferries across the Surigao Strait between Surigao and the island of Leyte, carrying vehicles and passengers between Liloan in southern Leyte and Surigao City. And the languages spoken of the people in Surigao del Norte are Atamanovo language, Mamanhua language, and Surigao non-language. Now we are going to their famous tourist spots. We are here at Bukas Grande, where Sohoton Cave is located. This is a very enchanting cave that is half submerged in water at most times. It is accessible only during low tides, and inside there is a lagoon with a number of islets with waters that just sparkle. Next is Lumando Waterfalls and Eco Park. This is an enchanting place to visit, and it is one of the prides of Surigao. When you visit the waterfalls, you will be amazed with a great volume of water that falls down into the grandiose rock structure. Now we are here in Basol Island. It's the nearest islet from Surigao City that is located to its northwest. It is characterized by its fine white sand on one side, and in the other, a rocky shore. This island can be seen from a ship approaching the city. And now we are here at Buena Vista Cave. This 3-kilometer cave is located at Higdap Island, Surigao City. The cave features 3 entrances and also contains a pool that is knee-deep, as well as a palatial chamber that is complete with a king's throne. Now, I will tell you about the festivals in Surigao del Norte. First is Santo Niño de Abad Asay Festival that is celebrated at Barangay Serna, Surigao City. Every January 14, Surigao del Norte celebrates 1 month long in honor and feast of the Holy Child Jesus held in the farm village of Barangay Serna. Surprisingly, the majority of the locals in this province are Catholics. Devotees, particularly those who have experienced miracles through this baby saint, who offer prayers to give thanks, followed by sirong dance to offer petitions. Our next festival is Suroy sa Surigao. This is held at around Surigao del Norte every February to May. To promote the Surigao del Norte's tourist destinations, the local government unit organizes many projects focusing on volunteerism. Guests and locals join to reach needy families by giving food and usually school supplies. And there is also famous accommodations in Surigao del Norte. First is a 3-star hotel, Club Tara Resort. It is on Hotel Donna Helen, Socorro, Surigao del Norte, and it has a cost of 1,927 pesos per night. Next is the 5-star hotel, The Rosa del Mar Beach Resort. You can be found on Barangay Santa Monica, Surigao del Norte, and it cost of 1,000 pesos per night. I guess you are all starving now from our tour. So now, we are going to eat the famous foods in Surigao. First is sayong song. This delicacy is well known as kakanin of Surigao in banana leaves. It is produced using glutinous rice, coconut milk, sugar, broiled shelled nut, and calamansi juice for included taste. Most visitors portray its taste as puto with coconut milk. Next is the famous kinilaw. Its procedure incorporates washing and deboning of crude fishes, at the point considering it with various flavors. A portion of these are ginger, onions, vinegar, salt, and bean stew peppers. Some even include hinatuan or sort of wild onion to add a comfort to the flavor. Here at Dinagat Islands. Dinagat Islands are a group of islands constituting a province in the Caraga region in the Philippines. Located on the south side of Leyte Gulf, the island of Leyte is to its west across Surigao Strait, and Mindanao it's to its south. Its main island, Dinagat, is about 60 kilometers from north to south. And its capital is the municipality of San Jose. The Dinagat Islands is predominantly a Cebuano-speaking province. However, towns facing the Surigao del Norte are Surigao non-speaking, particularly the municipalities of Dinagat and Cagjanao due to their proximity to the province of Surigao del Norte. We are going to Dinagat Island famous tourist spots. First is Bitaog Beach. The powdery white sand of Bitaog Beach offers more than just its beautiful shoreline. The blue-colored water is perfect for snorkeling and other water activities. Aside from the white sand beach, there are also a lot of large rock formations and limestone peaks to see. Now we are going to Duyos Beach. It's one of the known tourist spots in Dinagat Islands, perfect for camping and barkada outings. The beachfront features a vast expanse of white sand decorated by coconut trees lined up with several cottages. It is also the most prominent attraction of the beach in its enticing sandbar surrounded by turquoise water, perfect for swimming. Now, we are going to another famous destination, which is the Islander Castle. It is also known as White Castle, is an iconic landmark in the provincial capital of Dinagat Islands. It is a very noticeable Disney-like castle sitting on the top of a hill overlooking the entire town of San Jose, which also offers fascinating views of the hills, islands, and the sea. This castle serves as a residence of a very known and prominent people in Dinagat, a Cleo family. Next stop is Sandayo Beach. On the eastern side of Hagakhak Island, one of the major islands in Dinagat province, is where the lovely beach called Sandayo Beach is found. It is composed of white sand beach, coconut trees, noticeable rock formations dotting a coast and mind-blowing crystal clear waters. This is where most visitors have their lunch on the island hopping tour while enjoying the tropical ambience of the place. Next is another famous beach which is Hiblayan Beach. Powder white sand beach is a combination of fresh and salt water. There is no shade of cottages on the beach. Be sure to bring some shade or bring a tent. No crowd, no buildings, it's just a beach. It's like a hidden paradise. Proceed to the famous festival in Dinagat Island. A famous Philippine festival celebrated in the islands is the Dinagatan Festival. The occasion brings together all of the 7 municipalities of the province in one yearly celebration. This festival, also known as Bugkusan sa Isla, rekindles the rich history, arts, and culture of the islands. The annual feast also celebrates tourism, trade, commerce, and industry and showcase the beauty and the talent of the inhabitants. Another festival is the Sirong Festival. It is an ethnic Mardi Gras parade. Although some of other municipalities in the province of Surigao del Sur are claiming to have this festival originated from them, as most of these coastal towns are founded during the pre-Spanish occupation and is both claiming the story of being attacked by the Moros. Sirong is known to be a war dance between Muslims and Christians, reflecting the Christianization of early Cantilagnons. The Manobos and the Mamanwas are also known to be early Cantigalagnons. The accommodations where you can stay in Dinagat Islands are Cape Seductive Resort and Spa, Basilica, Dinagat Island, oceanfront homestays in Dinagat Island. Last but not the least destination we are going to is Butuan. Butuan is officially the city of Butuan, or simply known as Butuan City. It is a first-class, highly urbanized city and regional center of the Caraga region, Philippines. According to the 2015 census, It has a population of 337,063 people. Where does Butuan name came from? Butuan name is believed to be originated from the sour fruit, locally called batuan. Other etymological sources says that it comes from a certain Dato Buntuan, a chieftain who once ruled over the areas of the present-day city. The language used by the Butuan city people are Cebuano or Bisaya, and it is the main language used in Butuan. Some of the old native-born inhabitants still speak a language called Butuanan. Most of the people understand Tagalog or Filipino and English. We are here at National Museum, Butuan Branch. It was established after the accidental discovery of archaeological materials by the City Engineering Office of Butuan City in 1974, while draining the water confined inside a man-made river system. Succeeding excavation conducted by the National Museum yielded tremendous archaeological finds of collector's value. The most significant find were the prehistoric balanghay or Butuan boats that date from 4th to 13th centuries AD, just 5 kilometers from the city proper. The National Museum conducted a scientific research, sending in archaeologists and researchers at Ambangan, Libertad. Next is the famous Agusan River. The Agusan River passes mainly through 3 provinces, Region 11 and Caraga. The river originates from the slopes of Davao Oriental, traverses northward through Compostela Valley, Agusan Marsh in Agusan del Sur, and Agusan del Norte before draining into Butuan. The Agusan River Basin is a strategic water resource forming of 3 sub-basins in the northeastern portion of Mindanao, popularly referred to as the Lower, Middle, and Upper Agusan River Basins. Lower Agusan River Basin or downstream watershed, the area downstream of the Agusan wetland along the downstream ridge from Talogogan, Agusan del Sur Province. Middle Agusan River Basin or midstream watershed, the area along the ridge between Talogogan and Santa Josefa in Agusan del Sur Province, including the Agusan. Upper Agusan River Basin or upstream watershed, the area along the upstream ridge from Santa Josefa in Compostela Valley Province. Next is the Blood Promontory Eco Park. It is located in El Rio de Butuan. Bud is the highest point in Butuan that overlooks the whole city. It's ideal for an early morning meditation session or leisurely breakfast or a sit-in brunch. There's a hanging bridge you can explore and the area where you can have your own picnic. Bud overlooks ancient Butuan and Masao River. But aside from that, Bud also commemorates the first Catholic Mass ever held in the Philippines, where Magellan and his men planted a cross when they arrived in 1521. Next tourist spot is the Balangay Shrine Museum. Balangay or balanghay are what locals term the boats locally crafted in Butuan. Balanghays are considered national cultural treasures, so if you're a fan of art and how culture shapes it, Balangay Shrine Museum would be a great addition in your itinerary. It is located in Sitio Ambangan in Libertad. Balangay Shrine Museum has no entrance fee but does not accept donations.